We're learning. Yeah, I've been looking at that Riverside app. It's been getting advertised to me a bunch. So
What is,
maybe
what is it?
it's like a streaming thing for podcasts.
Oh,
Let me see. Okay. Yeah, we got sound. Look at us.
man, we're like geniuses or something.
I mean, I'm pretty smart, sometimes. I guess. I don't know. Not really.
So, anyway, all right, we're back. Sounds like we got audio. Somebody's out there. Can you hear us?
Timmy.
There we
What's
go.
up, Timmy? Is it warming up there where you are?
Hey, Timmy, how you doing, brother? I know he's. Hey, Break
Timmy.
Barrel. Thanks for coming by, buddy.
Cool.
So anyway, Travis and I were talking earlier. I did that little thing this morning, and I was going to ask him anyway, but he texted me before I could ask him about just hanging out together. So here we are. I was talking about making what's been going on this weekend or whatever. Um, I managed to get a video all done. It'll be coming up here in the next couple of days. Nice. It's on this Challenger, AA Challenger.
Yeah, that's
Kind of
smart what you did with the optics. I might do that with that Beeman. Is run adapters and then run another set of rings.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Get
Yeah,
some
that
extra
works.
height.
Yeah. I did that. I've actually got. Well, I don't know how much I want to say about it yet. It's another AEA gun that you guys will be seeing it pretty soon here. Um, and I like to have my scope as close, to that barrel as possible.
Yeah.
And so I had some rings that were too tall, and then the next set were just a little too short. So I got some adapters that the real little ones get from Terry over at Buck Rail to dovetail mount on this other gun. Uh, Man, it was just right. I mean, there's just like a little tiny bit of clearance now between objective on that thing.
So Terry makes the pieces that you used.
He doesn't make them, but he keeps them and he sells them. If you buy them with something else, they're like six or $7.
I got you.
So I'll go on there. And I'm actually out now. I like to just have them on hand for just situations like that. You know what I mean? It was perfect. It came in. So
What caliber is that?
this other one or this one
Yeah.
or oh, there he is.
I'm
Get him.
gonna get that bug. I'm gonna get
Uh,
it.
this guy here is 25 caliber and it's regulated.
Hmm.
The other gun, I'll just say the other gun it's a 30 caliber Challenger standard, so it's like the rifle version.
Yeah.
And it is not regulated. So I haven't even. I shot one pellet through. I bought ammunition and stuff for it. So I might have said something about it in a different video here recently.
Yeah.
Right, I'm kind of concentrating on this guy. You guys will see. I guess I'll just a little bit talk about it. So they're real powerful guns. I've got this thing. I turned the regulator down. Got it shooting 539s at like 906 feet per second, 46 foot-pounds, and it's getting about 40 shots before it starts falling off the rig. So I like that. And the nice thing about it, then you can turn it way up and shoot slugs out of it then if you want. And you don't have to go inside this gun and change a bunch of stuff internally, except if you want to just rig. Anyway,
It
but
looks pretty cool.
so that's kind of what's going on. Yeah, it is. I'm really digging it. The trigger, it's a bullpup. That's one count against it, and then it's 3.5 pounds, and it's not super smooth. It's not crunchy or. I'm gonna take it apart. I'm gonna completely dissect this thing, try to smooth that out. So I really
Yeah,
like it.
3.5 pounds is okay for something like a shotgun or something, but something that's off of a bench or a bullpup, I mean, it's okay. but it just
It's fine.
depends.
Hunting the the group I actually put in the video that's going to be coming out is I didn't measure it, but it's probably for a hunting at 30 yards. It's totally fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
Timmy, real quick. Uh, okay, Timmy's got stuff going on. I'm seeing the comments. I'm not going to elaborate on it. Yeah. But he is here. He messaged me earlier and said he might not be, but and then holding off on that cattleman is just whenever Timmy, you get it to me. Like I said, your money's no good here, so I'll get it here and try to get it fixed for you and get it sent back to you. So, how about you,
yeah.
man? What's going on with you today?
I had not shot. I shot yesterday a little bit. I've
Hey,
been
Dubs.
filming. I've been filming a bunch of stuff for Patreon. I filmed 2 videos yesterday, just of like me putting guns back together because you can't put anything on YouTube like that or even talk about it. It seems like. So I got that done yesterday. I shot this Chiapa little badger, and I put a red dot on it that I needed the hex head for. It came off my 1322, and I had the hex head in this bag on the 1322, and I didn't grab it. So I was trying to shoot the Chiapa, and I couldn't hit anything. Couldn't figure out where it was even at. So that was a
No,
fail. And I
and
did
that's
this.
go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I did this 1377 buck rail build, and I was like, I'm gonna camo it, and then I hosed it down with brown paint because those things rust pretty bad here. I don't know about there, but I'm wanting to use it as a like a spur of the moment squirrel hunt gun. I don't want to have one that I'm constantly loving on. I want one that I can just grab and go sneak around with. And so I
Right.
hosed it down with brown paint, but then I lost I've got a laundry bag somewhere that I've used to put the grid pattern,
Oh yeah.
and so it's just brown. So I'm probably just gonna leave it brown and it's whatever.
Been with it for a while. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do some painting of I did a Swiss Arms TG1. I hydro dipped the stock on it. And I haven't done another one since, but it came out really cool. I really liked it. But I was just going to say, you were talking about shooting that gun and not being able to even figure out where it's hitting, and man, that aggravates the crap out of me when you're trying to
Yeah.
you get, where do I go with it? You know what I mean? How do I know? I don't even know where it's going. Left, right, up, down. It's not
Well,
even on the paper.
I was I was trying to salvage a video out of it, and I would hit something, and then I'd be like, okay, and I'd hit record, and be like, I know where I need to hold off, and then I was even using the little laser on it, and then I don't know if the gun's just not super accurate. I was trying to shoot at 30 yards too with a bat zero, so there's no telling. But I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna take that red dot off of there and put like a Simmons 3x9 on there because there's a guy that makes throw levers for those, and they're fun. I mean, it's like it just adds a little fun to those cheap scopes. So
that'd be interesting. Yeah, those I think those Simmons. I mean, for what they are, I think it's a pretty good scope. I've had a couple of them. Never had any problems with them. It always worked for me. So
yeah, it's like 3 out of 4 of them is good. I've had a couple that
yeah,
I've just thrown in the trash, but most of the time, I mean, they're $30. So
yeah. What do you want for 30
yeah,
bucks?
yeah,
Right
seriously.
on. So yeah.
He said
Oh,
we
you
could
guys
pass.
could pass the brothers. That's pretty insulting to Travis, Timmy. Pretty insulting.
We're
Oh,
probably related if you go back far enough.
yeah. Somewhere
I was I was listening to this history. Do you ever listen to Dan Carlin hardcore history? They're like these
uh,
long. It's if you want to spend half of your day um, feeling like you're at school, listen to it. I like a lot of history stuff, but he was talking about how 90 generations ago was when the pyramids were built. Like that's how short of a time period, and how
uh,
yeah, how the stuff that you know our our ethnic groups now really doesn't mean anything, and it didn't like 200 years ago. It didn't mean anything. I just thought it was interesting. But yeah, if you go back far enough, we're probably you know the same.
yeah. That would be interesting to listen. Put into those terms. There's stuff that just is just like fact to us or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of made me think of this, but just like it's fact. But then when you hear a different, more, just somebody step back really looking at it, something like that makes sense. Like 90 generations, that's it. You know what I mean? And our
Yeah, I
racial,
mean, and he was saying that's 90 a 50-year-old lifespan, so not even like a 70-year-old lifespan. So it's not that. I mean,
yeah,
that's sure that's a long ass time ago, but it's not like you know his kind of perspective was like we really don't know anything about the past. It's all just stories. So it's interesting to listen to. I like the war stuff. I listen to the war stuff for some. I mean, probably not healthy, but I
right.
I listen to that a lot.
Yeah, why not?
Washing washing my dishes, listening to like you know Soviet Russia stuff, but it's all good. Yeah, I got that 1377 painted up, and then I've put two videos on Patreon with that Umarex that, or yeah, Umarex sent me this emerge, and it's what I asked for, but I actually asked for the Nodos, but he said he didn't have any. But he sent it to me, and it worked for about 30 shots, and so I'm sending it back. That was a bummer, and yeah, just been trying to build stuff for Patreon. Probably going to take a I've got a couple videos in the hopper for YouTube, and I'm gonna take a little break and regroup, and I think come back at it a little different. So
Yeah, I know if you guys don't know about Travis's Patreon, I think we're not talking to anybody who doesn't know, but yeah, you get to see that videos on that thing, kind of before they're going to be over here, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I watched those videos over there, man, and like I say, it seems like I don't know. We were talking a little bit earlier, and like I said, I think Gamo's got it locked down pretty good
yeah,
on the on that multi-shot break barrel thing. But it's I bought a Crosman Magfire in 22, and man, it was just, I mean, I did everything I could to make that thing. I really was trying to make it a nice gun, and it just isn't there. So I sent it back, which they still haven't refunded my flipping money on that. So we'll see.
they're
I
pretty
did
good about it
contact
though.
them. I did contact them. It had just gotten over to the warranty department on Friday, so I should get my money here this week. But and then I got a Hudson Speedfire. I was telling you earlier. I bought it at a pawn shop, and the whole mechanism on top, I mean, it was jacked up. So I had to order that whole thing from uh, Hudson and replaced it, and I've shot it, and I haven't had any problems with it. But I haven't. It's not like I went through 1,000 pellets or anything like that. But it hasn't really given. So, well, like I say, I think Gamo's really got that down. I think these other manufacturers are just kind of everybody's trying to go with besides Hudson. That I don't know if you ever seen one of those speed fires, but that mechanism on top of that thing is huge, giant.
Yeah,
But
the way the
like
Umarex worked is it had a cylinder, it had like a had your actual cylinder, and then it had a backing plate that locked into the breech, and it actually had two breeches. But the backing plate just went on there, and you turned it around, and it's supposed to lock down into your barrel. But the tolerances were so bad when you shut the barrel, it has a little like claw that catches that magazine that rotates it. But the tolerances on the backing plate were so bad that when it would catch and rotate, it would just turn that backing plate. So the gun would, I mean, you'd fire the gun and all the air would hit this solid wall, and it would, I probably ruined the seal already. But
yeah,
um, it, and then when I did get to shoot, it was pretty
yeah,
not,
that
it
group
was not,
wasn't real. That group
yeah, you
wasn't
saw the video,
real impressive. Yeah, so
and that was at like 15 yards. So
that's right.
I could
Because
have
you went up there,
almost,
put your hand over it. It's like, yeah, 5-inch group. Man,
yeah, I could have probably thrown rocks. Maybe not, but I probably throw my
right.
shoulder out. But um, yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
pitiful.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about that. Like I said, like with the Magfire and then that one, it seems like people are trying to develop something that is not as bulky.
Yeah,
But
and I mean,
the Crosman too is kind of you got two. So you've got a barrel and you got a probe that goes into the barrel, and then back here you've also got where your breech block closes. So you've got two different surfaces that are mating surfaces that have the potential to leak. It's just kind of, I don't know how a Gammo set up. I've never had.
I've shot a Gamma once. That trophy hunter, him and his boy drove up to the house and I shot it and it worked fine. But I think Gammos you can even take that thing off and convert it if you want to. You can make it back into a single shot. There's no way with this Umarex.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with the Magfire. You can't do it, but you can with this Hudson. I took it off and was shooting it when I think I already said that I picked it up at a pawn shop, but so I got it home and then I ordered the parts and it was going to be a week or two or whatever before I got them. So I was like, well, I want to shoot this thing. So I figured out how to get it off there. And so you can, if you run into it where that stuff's jacked up, you can take it off and just use it as a regular brake barrel. So it
Yeah.
can be done.
Nib said he has a Hudson 95 going back. I've been watching. Have you been watching Chuck's videos on his 95, the first one he sent back?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
at the breech block, it was over tightened, and then the rest of the barrel was loose, and then the very tip, the very end, was the only part coming in contact. That's pretty. It's not
Uh,
bad.
them Hudson barrels, that Mike Ellingsworth, somebody
Yeah,
learned from him to check the bores. And you should probably do that on any air gun. But especially on them Hodsons, because you get them loose bores on them, it's not uncommon on those guns. But it sounds like I haven't caught up with his videos, but it sounds like the replacement he got is working out really, really well.
yeah.
So
I haven't
kind
caught up
of
with that
getting
stuff.
mixed with those. Let's see. Yeah, Nibs. Sorry that you might be sending that back. I do like Hudson guns a lot. But
They're good looking guns. I mean, they're really. There he is. I'm gonna get him.
don't get them, get them.
Oh, okay. Where's my? I had a dang. It's a
You got an
stink bug.
attacker
Oh,
in there trying to get you guys.
oh, got him. Got him.
Yeah, I've had Nibs. I've had a couple Hudsons like that just kind of you just can't seem to, no matter what you do, no matter how much you clean the barrel or mess with the trigger or anything like that, they just kind of like a shotgun for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And excuse me, and I think a lot of it, what I've heard anyway, is that it all comes back to the barrels.
Oh, it's a stink bug. Got it on me.
Oh, did you get? Oh, but you did get them, huh? Now
Yeah,
you
I even
smell
put
them.
it in a tissue, but he was a strong one. He was a strong boy.
Yeah, we get them in our house, dude. It drives me nuts. It gets to be early spring, but especially in the fall. This upstairs, like my room up here, they're just everywhere up here, and I've tried different things getting rid of them, and I just can't see.
We had an exterminator in our old house come right before we sold it, and it got rid of them. But there's no
I
telling what
wonder
it
what
was.
I don't know what they use. I found a video online. This guy was because we got pets, so my wife was like, I don't want anything sprayed around the house. So
Yeah.
this guy took some 2 liter bottles and cut the top off. You seen this? And then flips it over, and you put like a little button light down inside in the bottom, and you
Huh.
flip it over and you kind of tape that top on, and they're attracted to light. So at night, the idea when in the video, it worked great, man. You got all these stink bugs in there the next morning because they get down in there and they slide down in, and then they can't get back out. And I had 4 of them up here, and I caught one stink bug in like 2 weeks. So it didn't work so well. uh,
Nib says he's getting a QB Chief. I'm up in the air about that. G-Man just got a Commander, and I'm waiting to see if he likes it. Cause,
yeah,
and I'm broke,
I
so
texted
I
him with
think
him the other day when he said that he ordered it. Got the commander. Did it get to him, or I think he said
I'm
Monday
not
or
sure.
Tuesday. He
I
sent me
had
a picture of it, the scope that he bought for it, and,
I,
and no gun. And he said, "Yeah, I won't be here till Monday or Tuesday." And I said, "That's like having ice cream and no spoon. You know what I mean? You just got to sit
yeah.
there and look at it."
And anybody listening to this, if you want to hit me up on Facebook, I got one of those Chinese or Hong Kong companies that wants the Amazon reviews, and I asked the guy if they had to be like content creators, and he said no, they're just reviews. So if you're listening to this, hit me up on Facebook. Uh, I'll post something in the. I'm sorry that I just derailed the whole thing, but I wanted to
No,
get this out. I'll get in the First Aid Air Gun Facebook group, and they PayPal you the money, and then you just buy the thing that they want you to review. And my plan is just to get it, take some pictures of it, review it, and then send it back and get my money back. So it's like a
Yeah.
$60 thing. And if it's a red dot
Is
that I
that
like,
for real?
yeah.
Is that for real? Because I've had that. I've had them reach out to me on Facebook several times, and as soon as they start saying about going and buying something, I just I block them. So got my cat scam. But that's for real, huh? I thought that was
Well,
crap.
hopefully I didn't get my stuff
Hey,
stolen,
John.
but I mean, they're not going to steal anything but like some credit card debt anyway. So for me,
Right. Yeah. And maybe it's I don't know. I don't know
no, but
about it.
he PayPal me right there, and then I went and took it out of my PayPal really quick, and because I've got where I do all the eBay and stuff, I've got ones that aren't connected to anything. So uh,
Gotcha.
if they did somehow get it, then they'd get like $80. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe don't do that. Let me see how it goes, and then the next live stream, so all that stuff I just said, I take it back.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I probably 5 times over the last couple of months, I've had people come at me, and I just when it gets to
Probably
that,
the
they start
same.
talking about going and buying something off Amazon, and they'll reimburse you or whatever. I'm like, nope.
Well, that
So
yeah, I
me
may. I don't
being
know.
paranoid, me being
Now I'm
paranoid,
sketched out.
probably.
Now I'm sketched out. But the dude that found me knew about my channel, so because I don't like cross. My Facebook's not connected to my YouTube, and it's not connected to my. So for him to find me, I was like, maybe, man, I'm fuzzy on this live stream over here.
Yeah, I did
But
get kind of fuzzy
I'm gonna sit
there,
really
but
still.
don't move, don't even move your eyeball. There you go. You're back. That's funny. That's awesome.
Yep, just
I
can't
had
move, and it
somebody.
looks pretty good.
I had somebody on Instagram like 2 weeks ago sent me a message, and they were like, "Hey, we Amazon this I can't remember the name of the seller on Amazon. They're like, we'd like you to pick out one of these items on this from the list below and send it to you. We want you to do a video about it. We saw your YouTube channel. We want you to do some videos for us." I'm like, cool. And but the problem was there was no items below the message.
Uh,
So I messaged back the next morning because it's their business time is when I'm in bed basically. Uh,
right.
so they sent a message back, or I sent a message saying, "Yeah, I'd love to do it, but I don't see any of the items down here." And it was like 2 days later, I didn't hear anything from them. And then I just go in there to check messages one day, and all of a sudden they're there. And it wasn't, and it was after their message, but before the one that I replied saying I can't see them. So I don't know what happened on Instagram there, but it wasn't showing them to me. So I guess they think I'm a moron. They just quit talking to me. So I'm like, "Oop." So
Well, hopefully I didn't get ripped off. Now I'm like looking at the live stream comments and realizing that I may have made a bad choice, but we'll see how it
oh,
goes.
I guess yeah, Nibs. I don't know. I guess I don't know, man, if it is or not.
Most of those
I
emails,
guess
I don't.
Travis is gonna let us know. I guess.
Yeah, I'll be y'all's guinea pig. Yeah, that is the bad part about Beeman, the customer service. But I don't know. It's almost that 2027 is like it's a lot of fun. Nib says I have had several Amazon sellers that are willing to send red dots and scopes for reviews without the PayPal baloney. Well, give them my stuff, man. Give them my
Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it, Nibs too. It's
send them
like
my way,
if you
man.
want if you want to send me something to do a review on, that's cool. I'll do it, but I'm not paying for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, it cost me like $4, but I'm just gonna return the red dot after I get it and
right,
you know
yeah.
diddle it a bit. I don't really use red dots that much. It was
I
through
don't either.
Fayachi. It was through Fayachi, so I was like, man, send me that 2 to 7, and they were like, oh, we'll send you the red dot. was like, yeah, but the 2 to 7 is what.
Yeah,
I could make a bunch of
that's
videos about that.
and see, Fiachi's one of them too. That yeah, I think it was like the first one they reached out to me and I shut them down. But I don't know. I mean, it looked legit, like the representative for you go look and everything. I mean, it looks like the real deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know
We'll
though.
see.
I just stay away from that.
I tell you what, I cannot get Pyramid Air to answer anything. I have
Oh,
been.
really?
Oh man, I can't even hardly get them. If I go through the customer service channel to try to ask about the sponsorship, they're like, don't even get an email. They just send me back like a generic, no thanks, buddy. So I'm gonna keep doing it though.
Yeah. Well, you can't. Uh, you got to rattle some cages if that's what you want to do. You just got to
Yeah, I'm gonna,
keep asking. So. Yeah. Well, our Nebs red dots, man. I just can't. They're okay. Like really short range. It's
yeah.
okay, but even then, my eyes have gotten so bad, like just downhill really, really fast. It's like, man, I got to have an optic. There is it's like a three. It's actually like a red dot. I saw one recently. It's pretty slick looking, but it actually magnifies 3 times.
That
It's a
I
red
know
dot.
which one you're talking about.
And I'm like,
That
that
looks like
looks
a good
cool.
optic.
That looks interesting. I'm like,
I can't remember the. Is it Monstrum? That's it, Monstrum. Yeah, I've had a couple of scopes from them that are pretty good.
yeah. I know they make ring like uh, Joe was telling me that their rings, and you can get them on Amazon real
Yeah,
reason. He
their
said
rings are
Monstrum
good.
rings, great. He said they're really, really good quality.
Yeah,
I've never had a good set of rings. All my Amazon rings, so
I get most of the time I'll get cheap loopholed rings because some of the loopholed rings are USA made, and some of them are China made. But the cheap China ones are pretty good. And then I've got this lapping kit, this Wheeler. Like you bolt your rings down, and it's like a bar you put in there with abrasive on it, and you can lap your rings. And that's normally what I do. So it
huh, that's
but
interesting.
if you start off and your rings are way off, because you want to start out as close to center as you can. If they're way off, you might as well just throw them in the trash. You can't fix it.
Yeah, yeah. Timmy, I am over the hill age, buddy. If you ask me. Nib said he needs all the help he can get too. That I'm just kind of going back looking at comments for that.
Yeah,
The 2027. Oh, go ahead.
Nib says that the Caldwell customer service has gone to dirt. I don't. That company has gotten cheaper and cheaper. It seems because I've got some
I
Caldwell stuff from like 10 years ago. I guess longer than that, but some stuff that my dad had, and it's good stuff. And then I got several things from Midway that I had to return. So
yeah. I don't know. I have a couple of Caldwell, the Matrix, the rests, but other than that, but I have been looking at stepping up my chronograph game, and I was looking at some of the Caldwells, but like there seems to be a model that's kind of, I guess it'd be like the basic one, but it can still talk to your phone, give you data. Sorry, guys, not the dog. Uh, um, it seems like pretty hard to find. Like I don't know if they have stopped making it. Some people still have a few of them, but it's like,
yeah,
man, I know I'm being a cheapskate about it, but I just don't want to drop. Like they have a new Caldwell one out, and it's like $240 usually where we're looking around. So,
I've got
um,
a Caldwell chronograph, and it just doesn't like pellets. I can't hardly get it to work
oh
ever.
really?
And
And
I'm
see,
just
I just happen to have it sitting right here, guys. I've had this for like 4 years, and it's never failed me.
yeah,
How accurate it is, I don't know, but really, when you're just looking at tuning and numbers changing, uh, you're looking for those differences to see where you're at, and this thing does it. And by all accounts, if you people talking about these. They say that they're like Ken over at Air Gun Pesting Channel. He's got, it's not this exact one, but it's very similar to it. And he's got a competition electronics. I think it's a G96, and he said the numbers are almost the same, so that they're accurate things. But I'd like to have one set up, one of the ones that talks to you. You know what I mean? So like when I'm doing a video, I can be doing accuracy testing and uh, testing, what kind of energy and stuff, all that stuff going at the same time, where you can actually hear it. Like with
Yeah.
this, I did that 40 shots, and then I had to get my calculator out and
Yeah.
on my phone and input all of that information, and then do that for foot-pound energy, average feet per second, standard deviation, and extreme spread. I had to punch in all that. It was extreme spreads. It's only 2 numbers, but you know what I'm saying. So it took.
Yeah.
I probably spent a half an hour doing the math to get these numbers.
That's my
I got
problem
all
with
these people here.
that's my problem with it is I'll get it out, I'll get it set up, and I'll have everything level, and I'll be like, okay, it's working good, and then I'll press record on the camera, and it'll be 8 shots of me. Well, it didn't pick up. Well, it didn't pick up, and then by that time, good luck getting any kind of good video out of me because I'm pissed off. So I
Right.
just quit
Yeah.
trying. Yeah.
Well, I was looking at that FX one. The one that's it's like they're like $200, and it's the radar. You know, the little ones that you can attach it to the end of your barrel, or just have it sitting under the muzzle of your gun. But I've seen some really mixed reviews on that thing. Like Ken over it again, he has one, and I see some videos that he has on it. And he's like, this thing occasionally works. And I've seen more than one review or comment that's saying that same thing. But then there's other guys that are like on in the comments to those videos, like, man, I've had one for a few years, never had an issue, no problem at all with it. But for me,
Yeah.
I say, that's $200, and the thing doesn't work. I
Yeah. No,
want it
the
to work.
Caldwell Walnut and Steel he puts needs a traditional crony for my powder burners, and it's been a while since That's one of the reasons I'm taking a break from YouTube is to get back into powder burners. But he said that needs a traditional crony for powder burners. My Caldwell with powder burners has never messed up. I think it's just the size, and I have the one that has the lights on top that bounces the light. If because and it's
Mm-hmm.
still 177 pellet. They don't want to do it.
It's just doesn't like it. A little
Yeah.
too slow for it, yes.
Now, if it's like an overcast day for some reason, it'll pick up. But if it's sunny, it's like you got to hold your mouth right. You might as well
Yeah,
chronograph and shoot as two different things. Like you can forget about chronographing while shooting.
gotcha. Hey, Eddie B's here. How you doing, man? Uh, see, I guess I kind of, when it comes to the chronographs and lighting and things like that, I guess I don't really know exactly what, does it need to be cloudy? Does it need to be bright? Does it, I don't really know. I haven't really delved that far into it. I've been looking at, you can get that G90, I think it's a G96 from Competition Electronics for around like $160 if you look around. I've been kind of eyeballing that one. But like again, the lighting thing, I don't, those
I'm gonna
Competition
look at the
Electronics.
the Amazon order and make sure that it's en route. Says arriving Thursday. I'll let you guys know. I'll make a video about it. Maybe
All
that'll
right,
probably come
there
out
you
2 months from now. But yeah, I don't know.
go. Eddie B says his works great for air guns. And Walnut and Steel said his worked great except the app quit working, which that's a little annoying. It seems like I heard something about that, like their app was glitchy, or maybe that was the
Yeah,
FX app. People are having problems with it, so
maybe it's operator error with me. That is a possibility.
I don't know. I don't know what they, like I said, with the lighting, and it's
Yeah,
just all kind of foreign to me. I don't. I like I said, this guy, I've been using it, and you see like this label on the bottom is pretty much worn off. You know, I need to get the crap out of this thing.
I got
And
two.
it does have quarter 20, little deal here where you can put it on a tripod out in front of you. But I mean, I've got this thing sitting on a bench in front of me. I guarantee you, I'm gonna put a hole through it, and guarantee. So
Yeah,
I don't trust myself.
yeah. Eddie
So
B
I
says
actually, oh, go ahead.
Eddie B says his work's good. His yard's very shady. Works even under trees. I don't. Maybe it's
Okay.
me. Maybe I just need to. Oh, I don't know.
Uh,
It hurt my feelings.
I don't know.
Hurt me in the feelings.
I I've got a real old pellet trap, and I set the pellet traps sitting on the floor. And I put a piece of cardboard over it, and down inside the pellet trap, I have a couple like an old T-shirt or something all rolled up tight, and it's sitting down in there. And I just set this on top of cardboard, and I hold the gun up, man, and I just shoot. Like the other night, I shot 40 shots up here in my room through it. It gives me the information I need. So then I kind of like, well, why even bother? Nothing to find. And then I spend a half an hour doing math on. So if you got one of the other ones, it's like you do the shot string, and then you go, and it's talking to you the whole time. Pick it up, and it's all right there. Your standard deviation, your extreme spread, your foot pound of energy. It's all already there. It's already.
Yeah, it would be nice. Nib says it gives a
How much do I
nice
dislike it?
professional look to his videos. Yeah, it does look. I watch the expert air gun reviews. I think that's the right channel. Um, and he has his going all the time, and it is interesting because you can see as he's shooting, you can see you can see where the pellets hit, and then you can see where the velocity is. So
Yeah, and that's nibs too. That's one of the reasons why I want to get one too is because of that exact reason. I've been trying to. I don't make a ton of videos, but my videos I've been trying to step up my game as far as editing and things like that, and to have that sitting there where the viewers can hear it too at the same time. Like doing this, I didn't do any video of me shooting through this, which I have done that before in videos, but
my back's cramping. I want to squat down.
well, quit fighting them bears, and that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I went
You'll just have
jogging.
to take my word for it. That those are the numbers.
I went jogging and I
Whoever's
ran
going to
too
do it.
hard. That's what happened.
That's what you're saying, man. See, I think you're getting wore out too, man.
Yeah, I got some stuff that's sloppy. It's bones, but I used to could push through it, but now it's like for every time. Actually, the day after, I was like, I'm fine. I'll go do it again, and it's 3 days after. But I've got that. I've got one disc that's just barely doing any work in my back, and you know, the spinal dude was like, "Hey, don't be jumping off of stuff," and then my big ass gets out there and runs as hard as I can. So
Right.
I'm paying for it.
Kind of pounding on it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm paying for it.
I got a guy that I work with. He's 37. I'm 47, and he's recently started working out again. Not like he does a lot of push ups and things like that. And
Yeah,
he kind of quit doing it just to.
you froze. I'm here. Well, what's up, guys? I'm gonna take a little. Big J has frozen up on us. I seen that Cyclops Joe was in here. What's going on, man? I enjoyed his past video. Loki is in here. Walnut still said going to the doctor for this week for a torn rotator cuff. I've had one that's been funny for a long time, but it seems like if I can stay in shape pretty good, it doesn't bother me. But I don't know, man. I'm 34 and it's just it's catching up to me. All the Marine Corps and the not taking care of myself. But Big J's froze up. It might be a good place to call it. Cyclops goes pretty quick. I guess it's still going on me, but hope you guys are doing good. Hope you all have a good week. We'll probably call it there. 39 minutes ain't too bad. Oh, oh, just kidding.
Back.
Fake you out.
You like that, Joe? I saw your little comment there, buddy.
You were furiously typing there.
I was just trying to I don't know what's going on. Just let it for a little bit. Apparently it worked. Yeah, now it says we're 15 seconds into this
Oh, it started. Well, it's 40 minutes on mine, and there's an echo. So I
live.
sound like a dingus. It's just, I can hear me. Man, I sound like a hillbilly.
Anybody else getting that echo?
Yeah, Loki says I'm not even 30 and I feel old sometimes. Kids is what made me do this. That's. I'm gonna have to turn me down on here.
Is that it, you think, Travis?
Loki says a lot of echoes since Big J come back. Maybe we should call it. What you think?
Well, we could. We can shut her down. You guys wanna...
We can do it. We'll probably do this next week. Do you want to?
Yeah, you just want to do us a favor on doing it again?
That'd be good.
All right. Well, I guess, guys, thanks for coming to hang out with us, and I appreciate all the comments and everything. Oh, Eddie B, just real quick, he says he's hand pumping 12 PCPs, so that's give him a workout. So anyway, guys, we'll do it again next Sunday, 6 p.m. Central. I'll do a little thing to confirm it, but anyway, Travis, thanks for coming to hang out, man.
Good talking to you, man.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.